You have called in. I have taken your call. I have requested information. You have given it to me. You are treating. I call you back in a week. I say, listen, Mr. So-and-so, I have reviewed the claim. Last time we talked, you were at $50,000. I can't do that. You sent me the urgent bill, or you sent me the hospital bill, or you sent me some sort of bill and records. I reviewed it. The records say that you were released that night or that day. You were, you were released with a couple painkillers. No further treatment required. So today I can do $2,500 for you. You say no. I want $30,000. I say, well, I can't do that for you. But what are you looking to get other treatment? I mean, talk to me about this. What are you? What's going on? You say, well, I'm going to get chiropractic treatments, and then I'm going to run up the bills, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get an attorney. And I go, okay, well, you have every right to get an attorney. If you would like, I'll just cease contact with you now, and you can go ahead and get an attorney, and then I'll respond to a letter of representation with an acknowledgement, and then I'll appropriately respond to your attorney's inquiries. You say, well, wait a second. I said, okay, I can continue to talk to you. And you make the point that, we were at fault for the accident. You have gotten treatment. You still have aches and pains. You've had wage loss. You've taken time off from work. This has impacted your normal life. You believe that we can settle it without an attorney, and you would like to go ahead and do that. And I'll say, okay, well, now that you've advised me of those items, I will go ahead and I'll give you $3,500 in exchange for a bodily injury release that will enable you to get some chiropractic treatment. And then, that'll give you some for pain and suffering, some for wage loss, and I'll get my bodily injury release. You say, well, can you do 5,000? And I can say, at that point, I can say yes or no. And if I say no, then I will put you on a calendar and then we'll discuss it at another time. I can say, yes, that's reasonable. I've looked at the jurisdiction. It's Georgia or Louisiana or Texas. I've looked at that and I've said, yes, this is reasonable. This is a good business decision. Let's just end it now. I will send you a release. You return it, I'll send you the money. So you have decided to decline my offer. I have put you on a calendar. I've already ordered surveillance, background checks. I've looked at the ISO claims, which is a database for insurance companies for claims. I've already looked at all that information, and you're still want to treat. So either I can also put you on more surveillance. There are things that I can do to mitigate, the damages that you believe that you're incurring for us. So you are getting your chiropractic treatment. Let's say that you decide to get an attorney. It's your choice. I'm not giving any sort of legal advice. You need to do what you need to do. You need to do your own research. You need to ask the attorney questions about what's going to happen with your settlement. What are the things you're being charged for? What kind of commission it's going to take. Everything's going to be written down in a document you'll sign as a contract, and he will handle negotiations and handle your demands. So that's your choice. Knowledge is power. From my perspective as being a claim handler, when people get attorneys, it's just part of business. We treat everybody the same. We make the same settlement. We try to settle the claim for the same amount. We make the same offers. Sometimes it's even better for us to work for an attorney if you're being unreasonable or you're abusive on the phone. Sometimes it's like, okay, then let's do this. So it's not a be all in all. If you don't get an attorney, it's just part of the process. I will take a look at putting you under more surveillance, doing other things. I'll put you on a calendar for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, I will say, Hi, Mr. So-and-so. Um, I'm calling about your bodily injury claim. It wasn't clear whether you're not getting an attorney. If you do have an attorney, please give me that information, then I'll discontinue the phone call and I'll call them. If not, do you want to discuss this any further? I was able to get some chiropractic medical bills from you. I was able to get a couple of the soap notes, which are notes that the daily notes I write when you do visits, or I was able to get some records or something. I've taken a look at your claim. Um, have you thought about what your what you want to settle for? Have you have you decided on a number? You say, well, I went and got all these MRIs. I got a chiropractic treatment. Now I'm going to go to pain management and orthopedics. And I'll say, okay, well, you can do whatever you want. Um, but now, with that aside, keep in mind that claim handlers look at the medical bills um, for them being reasonable, incurred, and directly related to the claim. If they're not reasonable, they're not directly related to the claim, or they haven't been incurred, we're not going to pay them. So if you go and get these, an X-ray and then 3 MRIs and then go to chiro and then pain management, um, there are some things that we just won't pay for. Um, and that's the same if you have an attorney or if you don't have an attorney. So keep that in mind also.